News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
Hey, partly sunny good morning to you. Jonathan Dent filling in for Terry Henney once again here on a Thursday morning. We're already 2 days into November. Can you believe it? We're entering the final stretch here in 2023, November 2nd. 2023. I hope you're having a good Thursday wherever you might be. Here at Radio Center, we're having a great day. Matt Fallon filled in for Art Lewis once again, brought with him some great guests, some job shadows. That was interesting. Always great to talk with some potential future young professionals in your field. And I know that that's something very important with agriculture, just as much as it is with broadcasting. So definitely having a good day here. As I mentioned, partly sunny skies, maybe mostly sunny, depending on where you are. Looking out the window right now, it's a limited view, but I'd say partly sunny is about right here at Radio Center. Nice to stay dry for a little while here this week, yesterday and here today, and probably into tomorrow as well, after kind of a wet and snowy Halloween on Tuesday. Yesterday, to start off the month of November, we got up to 41 degrees for a high, still well below normal, but we are expecting to bring things back up to average here as we move on to close out the week. That wind coming out of the southwest will continue to drive those temperatures upward, but it will be kind of breezy, giving us a little bit of a wind chill. Last night we got down to 27 degrees for a low. Right now, out at the airport, 42 degrees, so we've already exceeded our high from yesterday. Downtown Midlands looking at partly sunny skies, 42 degrees. Here at Radio Center, 41 degrees. Winds coming out of the southwest at 12 miles per hour. No wind chill to speak of, but that breezy winds will be keeping up. We're going to warm up a little bit more today, a high of 47. That's still below our average for this time of year. We're supposed to get up to around 52 for a high, but we'll take it. That wind out of the southwest expected to continue at 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting up to 20. But we will, as I mentioned, stay dry, at least for the next couple of days. Tonight, a low of 36 degrees will stay mostly cloudy through the overnight hours and into tomorrow. For tomorrow, we'll get closer to that average temperature. Now, Friday evening, we'll see a very small chance for some showers. We don't expect to see much in the way of accumulation, and we'll stay a bit above freezing, 38 for a low once again. Now, I should mention our high for tomorrow, 51 degrees, much closer to what's normal for this time of year. The wind shifts to be out of the south as a high-pressure system moves on across the region. Saturday looks to be almost a carbon copy of Friday, a little less breezy. 52 for a high, mostly cloudy skies with an overnight low, once again, of 38. Sunday, we stay mostly cloudy with a high of 55, but get ready for a kind of a wet week as we get some rain creeping in Sunday night and on into Monday. Monday throughout the day, very good chance to see some rain. 58 degrees for a high. That's our best chance of rain. We do see a small, very small chance for some showers Friday evening. It's unlikely you'll get anything. If you do, not really measurable. But Monday definitely looking like our best chance to see some rain, and that'll kick off, as I mentioned, kind of a wet work week. 58 for a high on Monday. That's our the showers sticking with us throughout the week. We may get a bit of a break on Tuesday, but more precipitation moving on into Wednesday and Thursday, and maybe letting up a little bit once again on Friday. So take advantage of that dry weather. It's windy weather. No, not too windy, but a nice breeze. But we stay dry here, at least for the next couple of days. Definitely a good opportunity to get some work done. Long-range outlook takes us through November 15th, near normal temperatures or slightly below average, depending on how far east. I mentioned it yesterday, the dividing line for temperature averages over the next couple of weeks, almost right down the middle of the center of Michigan, depending on east or west. But it's safe to say we'll be riding pretty close to normal. As I mentioned, average high 52 for this time of year, and pretty close to average in terms of precipitation, which after a week or two of, well, a few days of being dry, then a week of being a little bit soggy, that's probably about normal for this time of year as we move on into the month of November. Record high on this date, definitely not normal for the month of November. 76 for a high on November 2nd, 1933. Record low of 18 set in 1951. Sun will set this evening at 6:26, rise tomorrow morning at 8:14. Coming up after the break, we'll talk with Melinda Sweeney from the Andersons. She'll start off our market report for today. Then we'll head over to Doug Klein from Oppenheimer. All of that's ahead, but first, the weather report today brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service is being brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They can help with lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Stop by and find out how they can be your hometown financial solution. Get more information by going to frankenmuthcu.org.
Let's head on over to the Andersons now and say good morning to Melinda Sweeney. Melinda, I'm seeing a little bit more green on the board in the same places as we saw it yesterday at this time.
Yeah, we have corn down 1, beans up 10, and wheat up 6. A lot of volatility here in the market. We have corn trading slightly higher, but it's still near its lows for the lack of fresh bullish news. We got soybeans trading higher with support from both soybean meal and oil and crude oil as well. Soybeans are near the top of the recent trade range. We're looking for about 13.74 against the Jan to really push through some resistance here. Wheat's kind of a mixed bag. Export sales are just all over the place. We're expecting a little more wheat to be sold, but demand still remains a challenge for our U.S. wheat market. Despite Australia's smaller than anticipated wheat crop through a drought, China's still been an active buyer there, and it kind of leaves the U.S. as last resort for all commodities. So it's making the market definitely choppy, and every day something new is thrown our way.
Absolutely. So what do you got on the board right now?
Yeah, nearby here we have corn for November at $4, January corn at $4.45, new crop 24 corn at $4.50. We got November beans at $12.35, January beans at $12.85, new crop 24 beans at $12. We got November red wheat at $4.65 or $4.66. Sorry. New crop 24 red wheat at $5.57. November white wheat at $5.32, and new crop 24 white wheat at $12.20. Or sorry, reading the wrong market there, at $6.17.
All right. So I know we're looking at international pressures and trade and conflicts in many regions of the world. Are there any reports or anything else that might be influencing things coming up?
Yeah, South America weather is definitely going to play a window as it does every year at this time of the year. Their weather patterns and planting season will definitely have a sway on the market. As for what you just said, the global trade that we're struggling with across the world definitely is what's throwing this shift every day.
All right. We'll continue to keep an eye on it. Melinda, thank you very much. You have a good one.
Yep, you too.
Melinda Sweeney with the Andersons. Time to head over to Oppenheimer now. That's where we find Doug Klein for a little bit more information here. Doug, good morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing today?
Well, it's interesting today, a little follow-on from yesterday. So investors kind of sort of think that maybe the Fed is done. raising interest rates. So they're almost getting close to pricing in a flat December meeting. So we'll see if that plays out. But that's being negative for the dollar. So that's down about 67 ticks there. So that's helpful. Interest rates are going down on that feeling. Stock market's going up. The Dow's up about 1.1, the Nasdaq about 1.5, the S&P about 1.5%. But bonds are also going up today. So those poor people that have been stuck in bonds thought they were conservative and still lost money. They're making about 1% back today. So everything is good in that area. A couple of companies that are, very exposed to automotive. Regal Rexnord is getting hit today on earnings. They're down about 13.5%. And Borg Warner is getting hit on earnings today. Also, they're down about 12. But Roku had earnings today, and so they're up about 30% today. So that's kind of got the tech area, on fire, so to speak. So it's, it just depends on what you're in and how happy you can be at this particular moment in time. So anyway, here are your numbers. The December corn is 4.73, down 2 cents. March corn is 4.88, down 1 3/4. The January soybeans 13.26, up 11. March soybeans 13.39 1/4, up 10 1/2. December wheat 5.67 3/4, up 6, and March wheat is 5.94 1/2, up 5 cents. Crude oil is up. It's at 81.48, up $1.04. Of course, that came in negative yesterday after being up almost $2. So that's a very unpredictable, volatile market, obviously. Heating oil is 298.42. That's up 2 1/4 cents. Gasoline 222.81. That's up 4 1/4 cents. Probably prices us around $2.90 a gallon at the pump. So still got some wiggle room there. Natural gas is 3.74 3/4. That is down 1/2 penny. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys $1.3786 Canadian. That's down 70 ticks. The dollar buys 150.40 yen. That's down 56 ticks. The euro is at 106.28. That's up 60 ticks. And the dollar is at 106.20. That's down 68 ticks. Gold's at 1987.70, up 20 cents. Silver's 22.81, up 2.5 cents. Platinum's at 927.60. It's up $1.20.
All right, Doug, thank you very much. You have a good one.
You bet.
All right, Doug Klein with Oppenheimer. We'll be right back after this.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, purchasing local soybeans, processing the local beans, and marketing local Exceller meal, which is a high bypass soybean meal for your dairy herd. They've been doing that since 1991. Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today.
Like you, we never settle. There's more sugar, in fact, better sugar in every seed we sell. For more than a century, we put innovation to work in the service of growers who plant Crystal brand sugar beet seed. With varieties developed especially for your growing area, you can be confident your success is always our top priority. This season, and for seasons to come, choose a seed partner who shares your priorities.
The beauty of a family farm is that everyone pitches in to get things done. There is nothing like the smell of a sugar beet field during harvest or a meal served off the tailgate of a pickup. This is Peter Maxwell, your ACH Seeds representative, with a friendly reminder to keep safety a top priority this season. Please encourage your crews to be cautious with field work and drive safely as they deliver this crop. You've built an impressive legacy, one that is certainly worth protecting. Thanks again for your continued business.
ACH Seeds, growing with you.
If you ever wondered how the Farm Mall got its name, well, here's an abbreviated list of some of the jobs that the Case IH Farm Mall can do for you. Baling, feeding, loading, raking, fertilizing, chopping, seeding, clearing, irrigating, cultivating, hitching, digging, emergency towing, harrowing, hoisting, leading parades, excavating. You kind of get the idea. Case IH Farm Mall tractors range from 35 to 140 horsepower, and at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, they know that getting the job done right starts with choosing the right Farm Mall. That's why they carry a wide range of Case IH Compact Farm Mall Series tractors, so you'll find the right fit for your operation. From the Value Pack Compact Farmall A Series to the Deluxe Compact Farmall C and C Series with cabs. So let's make it simple. This tractor does it all. So no matter what you're doing, Can-Do comes in red. Farmall. Learn more at caseih.com or Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer.
Let's head on over to the Rummel Insurance Agency. That's where we find Craig Voorhees. Craig, harvest still going on. What advice do you have for farmers who might need a little help?
Right, Jonathan. Spoke with a few folks this morning that were digging beets, so it is still going on and very busy. And unfortunately, things always happen when we have all these moving parts. Pickups might get banged up, equipment might get bent up or run into something, and you want to put off dealing with it till after harvest, and that's certainly understandable. But do yourself a favor and your insurance agent, give them a quick phone call and just let them know you have a claim that you want to deal with later, but let them know what vehicles or pieces of equipment are involved so we can at least get that started. The insurance companies get a little grumpy sometimes if we turn in a claim 2 or 3 months after it happens. So take just a 2-minute phone call and let them know you got something going on, and then you can finish up when you have time.
Absolutely. Good to get the ball rolling on that early.
It is, and it's not a bad idea either if you've got to line up a repair shop to give them a heads up, because those places tend to get backed up with all kinds of deer hits this time of year.
Absolutely. That's not something I'd thought of. Very good. All right.
Yep.
Craig, thank you very much. You have a good one.
We're trying, Jonathan. You too.
All right. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Insurance Agency. We'll be back in just a second.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Krizak's House Family Restaurant. If you've got to supply the food for an event coming up, and there's a lot of them I know, and you've got to supply the food, here's the number, 989-894-5531. You give them a call, tell them what you want, they'll prepare it, have it ready for you, take it back to your event, and you will be a hero at your event. Krizak's House, also a great place to dine in, corner of Cass in Michigan, on Bay City's south side. Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444.
We say good morning to Jerry Samolsky with Bay Landscaping and Garden Center. Jerry, I got to say, I'm seeing more and more leaves being mulched out on the yard. What about you?
I hope so. I unfortunately, I probably see the opposite, so I'm probably looking for it. But hey, plant of the week this week is ginkgo, and they're really cool plants. They're one of the oldest plants in the fossil record. And about their leaves, they're kind of fan-shaped, and all the veins start from the base and fan out in straight lines. They don't branch off. They're very, very cool plants. And the cool thing about them is they all drop they drop them maybe a little different times because of the location. But when they decide it's time to drop their leaves, they all happen in about one day. It's just amazing. One day it's got leaves on it, nice, beautiful golden fall color. The next day you look and there's a perfect ring of leaves around the bottom. So neat plants, very widely adaptable to a lot of different situations. Of course, they have to be because they've been around for so long. But then again, very few, I don't know any insects or diseases at all that they get. So ginkgo biloba. And if you can't remember the name, then there's a supplement you can use to help with your memory that has part of the plant called ginkgo biloba.
All right. And you've got them at the nursery?
We do.
How can people get in touch with you for that?
You can give us a call at the easiest number around at 989-893-0000, or you can come out and see us weekdays till 5 and Saturdays till 2.
All right, Jerry, thank you for the plan of the week. We'll talk to you next week.
I'm going to ask you if you remember that next week. If not, you'll have to go take some of those supplements.
Yeah. All right. Jerry Samolsky with Bay Landscaping and Garden Center. Let's head on over to the Michigan Bean Commission now. That's where we find Joe Kramer. Joe, how are we doing today?
All is well, Jonathan. Another day at it.
Absolutely. So what are we seeing this time of year? I know there's a little bit of nervousness going around, at least when we're talking about soys. How are dry beans doing?
Well, I think harvest is just about wrapped up. I talked to a guy last night at 10 o'clock that said he just finished his last 150 acres and he was happy to be done. So I'm gonna say we just about got harvest behind us. I think it's an interesting time in the market because I think growers have to make some decisions here this month about going into pools, taking the cash bid, decisions about storage. And I think there's a lot of reasons to be having a sort of an ongoing dialogue with your favorite marketing folks just to be current on market values and what's going on, what's available. I think there's strength in the black bean market and the small red market. The Navy market needs a little bit of help, so be sure you're talking to your favorite marketing folks about what's going on there. And then, of course, that leads right into a new crop discussion, and I think there's been a couple of opportunities, and growers need to think that through a little bit as they look at corn and soybean values and try to figure out what they want to do next year already.
All right. Definitely a lot to keep track of this time of year. Joe, thank you for the update.
Take care.
You too. Joe Kramer with the Michigan Bean Commission. We'll be right back.
The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. They're licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Now, you can reach their agents directly on their cell phones for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office in downtown Reese. It's 989-868-4722. Risk management, it's all about protecting yourself against the bad things, taking advantage of the good things. You can do all of that and more by working with the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency.
Before it's too late and white mold becomes a problem, you need to ask your seed dealer for Heads Up seed treatment. When raising soybeans in the Midwest, you know the risk of being caught unprepared. As heard on Ag PhD, there are several steps you can take prior to planting for a successful management plan against white mold. Compatible and cost-effective season-long protection starts now by asking your seed dealer to apply Heads Up to your bean seed order. For more information, visit headsupst.com.
Let's find out what's going on in New York. And for that, we head over to Baird & Company and say good morning to Teresa DeBow. Teresa, how are we doing?
We're doing good. The markets are being nicely productive today with the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 399 at 33,674. 357 million shares traded. The NASDAQ up 182 at 13,243, 403 million shares traded. Some stocks of local interest include Caterpillar at 234.51, up 268. Deere 373, up 253. CMS Energy 55.69, up $1.45. Dow at 48.82, up 61 cents. DuPont, 67.60, up 68 cents. Corteva, 49.19, up $1.45. General Motors, 28.41, up 41. Trinzio at 6.16, up 42 cents. Walmart, 165.63, up 76 cents. Huntington Bank, 9.99, up 36. Independent Bank, 20.07, up 17 cents. And AT&T, 15.74, up 16 cents.
All right, Teresa, thank you very much. You have a good one.
You as well. Take care.
You too. Teresa DeBow with Baird & Company. We'll be right back.
Farm Service is being brought to you by Freeland Bean and Grain. Getting ready for the planting season next year? It's not too early. All you got to do is give certified crop advisor Vic Hupfer a call at Freeland Bean and Grain. He's got the answers to any questions you might have. Freeland Bean and Grain. Since 1983, where serving you is their business.
We will be back at 12:30 with an update, but for now, we conclude our program with the playing of the national anthem.